So Congressman Liz Lizardman from Rhode Island has just announced that he's running in the 2016 presidential election. How do you feel about this?
His politics on abortion and breastfeeding really upset me. So I'm not quite sure. I think he might need a few more terms in Congress before he runs for president.
I don't know much about Lizardman, so I honestly can't comment on that question.
Seems to be a reasonable man, and I think can't be any worse than some of the other presidents we've had.
I'm a little concerned if there will be microphones his size.
I think that slimy devil would never be elected nationally, but as a golfer, he's not bad.
And I think it's great to have something new in the office and something we've never seen before.
I think it's a great change. We've relied on humans to be, run for president, be our president, and I think it's time to give a lizard a chance. I think they've proven to be honest and forthright, so I support this move 100%.
I've never heard of him before.
What are some pros and cons you think there could be having a lizard as a president?
Pros, I would say he does well under the heat of pressure, and cons, I would say he just doesn't know how to communicate with the public.
He sees things from a different perspective because he's very small.
I'm not sure what schooling a lizard has had.
Well, I think it shows that America's really diverse, so we have a lot of different species in our government.
Well, I think the northern states he won't be campaigning very often in, so I don't think he really can represent the entire country.
I think my concern too is I'm hoping they don't push a lot of what he likes to eat on everybody, because I'm sure he's a vegetarian or vegan or something, not a meat eater.
It may be tough for those to reach a podium when they need to speak to the public sector, and I'm not sure if they're potty trained.
Maybe having the qualities of a lizard would be a good thing, but I think that we've had Warren G. Harding was president, and I mean he wasn't a lizard, but he was kind of more like a weasel.
We adopted Liz. He was about that big, right? He was about that big. And he was so small, they didn't have cribs small enough for him, so we had to keep him in a walnut. I don't know, on the windowsill. Walnut shell. Birds were a big problem. We eventually figured out how to fix that, but really toughened him up, I think, at a young age, fighting off all those birds.
In high school, he did suffer a lot from bullying.
He was bullied very much.
Kids used to step on him.
They called him stuff like greenskin.
Greenskin. That was really mortifying, actually.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He's not even a turtle. I mean, what the heck?
He's a lizard.
It made no sense. I mean, completely different reptile. Are turtles reptiles?
Turtles are reptiles.
Turtles are reptiles!
Yes.
Completely different. You see a shell on that boy? I don't. He was really good at, he did junior year, he started running track. He was very good at running track, but
people did say he had an unfair advantage because he had not 2 legs, but 4.
He had 4 legs, he was a lizard.
I remember before his first meet, they told us that we needed to get him track spikes. And we looked everywhere. We looked in every single store. There were no track spikes that were actually big, small enough for his feet. So we resorted to using pistachio shells, much like in his childhood, when we had to use a walnut shell for a crib.
Well, one nutty family, I tell you! I remember when he went to college, he was like, Dad.
No, it was more like...
Yeah, she does it better than I do. But yeah, I mean, I was a Harvard man, so I was rather disappointed, but I was like, son, if you want to go to Dartmouth, follow your dreams. You make your own path in this world.
And he did.
but don't run track.
Never again.
Don't run track. It's a bad idea. Yeah, I remember when he first decided to go into
Yes.
politics. Honey has a good story about that.
Freshman year at Dartmouth College, Christmas break. The first night he came home, went to sleep, and then next morning I was in the kitchen making some cobbler.
It's good cobbler.
It's good.
Great.
And he came down the stairs and he slammed his little hand, little foot, down onto the table and said, "Mom?" And it just,
Warms my heart every time.
it moved me, really.
When he first got into politics, it's very difficult because, well, I mean, he won over the lizard community fairly quickly, but the lizard community in Providence, Rhode Island is not very big. They're not very involved in politics. So, winning over the human side of things was a different story. I mean, they were a little hesitant to vote for a mayor who was scaly and green. I mean, scaly and green, it's like broccoli. Who would want a governor? Looks like steamed broccoli. Not me. No offense, son, if you're watching this, I love you. But he did it.
He did it.
He did it.
It was really incredible.
Then senator, then I mean Speaker of the House.
And now he's going for president.
Top dog. And I believe in him. Are you allowed to vote for your own children? I think you can. I'm voting for him.
I too.
Yeah.